Good evening. Hello. Welcome to Lazy Mini Painting. I'm Laz, the strange, awkward person who sits here and does mind-numbing things that he's never done before just because he thinks he's cool. So that'll probably be my phone telling me that I'm going live. Thank you very much, YouTube. How is everybody? Anyone who's come in? Hope you are all okay. So tonight I'm doing LEDs again because I need to clear my desk. I did try to do it on Discord, but the fumes, yeah, they weren't happy in the house, so I couldn't do it because of the fumes. And I've got to wait to see if this happens and finds out and see if it works. I hate doing this sometimes, you know. I mean, there's nothing about on my phone or going viewing my blah blah and clicking on just so I can go see my own stream. There we go. So now I can at least see if anyone types anything in the portrait mode as well as in the vertical mode. So soldering stuff. There's fumes. There's lots of fumes. So this time I'm going to be a little bit smarter about it because I've got a lot to do. Open the window, of course, first. And it's pretty cold outside, which is not nice. So there is somewhere for the fumes to go. And I have some kind of mask thing. So, yay. I'm hopefully not gonna choke to death on toxic fumes, which would be good. Good evening, Ali. Good evening. I hope you've had a good day. I hope you've had a good weekend as well, actually. It is Monday, it is Models and Musings after all. It is not Thursday, which Thursday hopefully is more aesthetic-y stuff rather than electronic-y stuff, or it might be the other circuit board, I don't know. I do need to test this stuff out though, don't I? Oh, and I bought a new soldering iron, which is a pointy one. Hopefully that makes it a bit easier to do this. So really I should plug that in first and get that heated up. My cat is really meowing behind me for some reason, and I don't understand why. Now I've got to let my soldering iron heat up. So, what did I do for the Discord? I might as well talk about that anyway, because I'm set up all ready to solder. I managed to get one done, and half of it, I think, of another. Of the next row of greens, and then it goes reds and then blues, greens, reds, blues, greens, reds, and then that's it. That's the full LED thing done, with one thing left to do, which will be the connector which connects it to the other board. Okay. I also decided to buy that when I realised one of the connections that I had was absolutely ridiculous. Hello, Silvers. That sucks. It does. I know the rehabilitation can be a bit difficult. However, there is somebody else actually does YouTube, and he does a lot regarding that recovery process and things like that. Maybe you should check him out. It's Positive Mental Attitude if he comes in. Nick, the guy who I got the potatoes off. And the bear's paws thingy. Yeah, you may want to reach out to him. He does a lot. He's been coping for a while with that type of stuff, so he's quite knowledgeable on things that might help you. So if you see him pop out, and Ali, could you do me a favour? Could you put Nick's channel up in the chat, please? And hello, Francois. Hello. Aha, right, now it has caught up there now, so I can read from just there. Hopefully that also means that this is nice and hot. It's in on what it should do. I do have solder still, and I have a crap ton of little bloody things to dab it on. Oh, awesome, you got to 50 subs. Excellent. Excellent. It can be a long haul sometimes. It can be a long haul. It'll be absolutely ages. I mean, I'm still not, it's not like I'm picking up subs at any ridiculous rate, so please don't take me as an example. But still, there's some people that can just do it and it happens, and some people it's not so immediate. Well, another thing I did get as well, I forgot about that. The person who lent me the other soldering iron give me some of the tapey stuff so you can correct mistakes. Or maybe it's supposed to... It ain't quite working, I know that much. Oh, yeah, that's a bit better. It worked there a little bit. But I needed to break that connection. Which is bloody not doing. I know there's probably people going, lads, if you just fucking used it right, then you'd be sorted. But... Oh, Francois, have you not... Oh, Francois, this is the first time you've... Okay. Ah! Ooh, that was a good catch, because I only just caught it like that. Very good catch. Right, where did I put my snips? Because they're essentially the things that I need right now. Yes, these are going to be going on a rock stage for ARCs. So I'm making an ARC rock band, and I've got a Bluetooth speaker DIY kit, and I'm gonna build it into and make it the rock stage because it has lights on it, but it has reactive lights on it. So these are going to be the reactive lights, hopefully. But I can't find my snips anywhere. Look, I've not moved them. Aha, there they are. I was going to say, I've not actually moved anywhere, so... So yeah, these are for an ARC rock stage. Right, that one needs to be just redone entirely, that other one. Okay, so let's remove that, which is fine. And then let's see if I can just redo this one. Let's just get it. Yeah, so this pointy one is easier. Kind of. It's easier than the other flat-heady one for doing these with anyway. I've not even put my mask on. Ah, crap. Crap, 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 crap. Go where I wanted you to go. Thank you. Yeah, this one's much easier. What bloody idiot is setting fireworks off at this time of night? No worries, Silvers. You have a... Well, obviously look after yourself. Make sure you go to your thingies and... Yeah, take care, man. You mind yourself. Yes, he does go live a little bit earlier than me, doesn't he? And remembering about the mask thing for inhaling. I get turned into a cultist again. Cultist for a night. Oh, what fight. Looking for the one. The true star child. We're gonna be fun. We're gonna rise up. We're gonna take the fight to the corrupt. We are the chosen. We are the ones who march forward for the Star Child. Not that they have musicians in Genius the Occultist, but hey, I can have a dream, can't I? I imagine it'd be quite bad because Tyranid Genes wouldn't necessarily do music. Ah. Did the wrong side first this time, I think. Oh no, I got it right-ish. No, obviously I've got a bloody crap load of these to go. You son of a... You're just not wanting to bloody work, are you? I said it was easier, I said you were working better, and now you're just deciding to be a complete dick on me. No, that's not too bad. I can settle with that, I can deal with it. Well, obviously this is quite an ambitious thing for a first attempt, I suppose. I know the phrase is supposed to be go big or go home, but I am already home. So that doesn't... Yeah, there are a few... Yeah. Yeah, there are toxic fumes that come off when you're soldering, Nelly. Ventilation is definitely a key thing, which is why I've even got a window open next to me, and I'm using this just to make sure. Even through this, I can smell the thing is... I managed to get one light done the other day in Discord, and I had to stop because Sparkles was getting a headache. So, yeah, I didn't manage to do that. Which really sucks because it would have helped me and I would have got further through and I wouldn't be having so many to do tonight. But it is what it is. And I don't want to put people in a place where it's like, no, I can't, you're making me feel ill. But no, that's not good. If I had a separate workshop and they were in my workshop and they had the option to leave and go be a place that was... But I'm in the living room, I can't actually expect... No, especially not when I'm doing stuff like this. So I didn't manage to do it. But I do need a reasonably clear desk for Wednesday. Meaning, I've got to do it, essentially. Has it actually got any? I'm not soldered. I've just done actually quite a good job of it. No, that's not big. No, that's not good. Don't catch fire, don't catch fire. Hopefully that's going to be okay now. So I think I can snip them. Hey. Yeah, hi Kels, and Ali's still here, luckily. How you doing? And yeah, please no spamming in chat. We form full sentences. We're humans. We're competent. We're looking at reading sci-fi books and things, so we're dealing full sentences. Which is why I don't Twitch stream as well. Because then people can start playing silly little games. I know, because I have done it through sheer boredom. And it is a pain in the rear end. Especially for moderators and for the person on stream. Ah! I am so glad I had something over my face then. I should have something over my eyes doing this as well. I'm essentially firing little needles around the room. Don't think Sparkles is too chuffed with that idea. But there is nothing I can do about it right now. I do not wish to put a magnet near this bud. I believe it could be a bad thing. I've already forgotten which colour comes next. Is it red? Blue, green, red, blue, green, red, blue, green, red. I think so. Turn it over and have a look, shall we? Blue, green, red, blue, green. Yeah, so it's red this time. And the long one's in the black one. Hey up, Complex. How's you doing? I know you split your resources now to be able to do music and hobby. Oh, speaking of music, I've got to give a big shout out to Almouth. Almouth has done me something absolutely brilliant and perfect. I don't know if I'm going to be able to hold off long enough for the debut of this, because I would like it to be, but it depends how long it's taking me. But if I can, that'll be awesome. But he's took my samples and he has put some of them to music, and he's done a good job as far as I'm concerned to make an ARC song, because that was essentially the idea. It had to be an ARC-y song. It couldn't necessarily be one that was it didn't have to be so correct in its timings that it was done by classically trained musicians. It was just, yeah, it had to work. Was the only real difficulty, and he's done it. He's done it quite well. He's going to send me another version, I believe, just so I have an alternate one to choose between. Part of me wants to make a music video for it, but hey ho, I don't know if that'll happen. I dropped an LED. Long in the black. And I'm supposed to get the tack first and then put that over and then do that. Haha. See. I'm not too bad, Complex. I'm not too bad, same things as usual. So nothing new, nothing changed really, apart from the date. I suppose is what you kind of expect that to change, don't you? You know, as each day comes. Which does, of course, mean I'm getting closer and closer to my actual wedding day with Sparkles. Which Sparkles has chose her dress now. She has got her dress, which is a huge weight off my bloody mind. Obviously, I've got no idea what it looks like, but Almouth. Yeah, no worries, man. No worries. I didn't even notice you were in there. Yeah, I want the debut of that song to be actually from the Bluetooth speaker, if possible. But I don't know if we can hold out that long, so we'll see. But for now, let's carry on with soldering. And yeah, rosin, just to make sure that some of this actually goes easier. I still think the fact that I'm doing this off eyes alone is just a stupid idea. I'm just putting it out there. Maybe I mean, this time I'm using my glasses because it's a slightly better idea. But on something this small, if you can actually use magnification, I suggest you do it. Because it is absolutely bloody ridiculous. What the hell's going on? Ah! Yeah, that doesn't help. Having some kind of routine or something at least. Kind of helps sort the ADHD out a little bit. Or at least it does for me. Only a tiny bit. Although then again, I only recently found out that's what I'm dealing with, so. This is getting hot in my hand. You're just being obnoxious now. Thank you. No. Son of a bitch. Don't like soldering in wrong places. No worries, man. No worries, Ollie. No worries. You have a lovely night. And I hope you have a nice tomorrow as well. Oh, that's actually got that. Oh. Okay. Nope. This is harder than it bloody looks. And I'm probably making it look really fucking difficult. So it's just got to show how hard this is. Sometimes it just disappears. Sometimes it balls up and sometimes it rolls down. I don't understand. It's still wiggling. It's not made an actual. There we go. Yeah, that took less to make the connection. So getting as close as you can to the actual connection point. And heating the solder from the right side does help. That's starting to burn my fingers. There we go. No, let's do it properly. I'll try to do it properly. Sorry about the lack of conversation and looking up people. Night Alma, thank you very much for doing that music thing for me and for popping in as well, mate. I know you have like job stuff to do in the morning. Like real world job stuff. And boring as well, I believe. I'm not even like the boring is going to become something interesting. No, it's just boring. So when the actual stem's stopping me. I think it was, you know. I've still not got that though. That might require an extra clip down. Yep, oh, let's not see set right. That sucks. This is really bad. I don't mean it's like devastating to the project, I just mean I'm fucking awful at this. Now this may even be something as simple as a lighting issue, and I'm not going to light in the right way. But I'm certainly doing something wrong. No, I have never soldered before. I don't know why that was not come up on there, but it has come up on there. That's odd. No, well, I did when I was in year 7, but that's like 30 years ago. So, yeah, I wouldn't classify that as knowing how to solder. However, I've done a fair bit of the board, and obviously I'm getting through this slowly but bloody surely. I may have to move the light, people. I'm sorry. I need to see. So I'll try not to let it affect the camera. But yeah, I need to be able to see quite well, really. You are big enough to drop down into there. So please do. Thank you. Next two. I've got an absolute bloody crap load of these to go. So long as I can move the solder into the correct position, I should be okay. There we go. No. No, we don't be doing that. Thank you. That's a lot. Yeah, it's fine. It's in. It's in. I almost got it caught up to another one there. That's the one thing I really don't want to do, is get two of them touching. And all supposed to be individual bloody connections. Which is why I'm really not looking forward to this. These two little connectory things. Well, these two little chips that are on the other board. I thought I'm better off getting practice on here first before I even try and do them. They're like the big chip holder here, but smaller. A lot smaller. Basically, they are the smallest connections that I've seen so far at all on this entire build. And I'm not looking forward to them because they are very, very vital. They are the control chips for these lights. That's the bit that's going to make them reactive. So really don't want to be screwing that one up. And as I said, that's the smallest ones on this fucking build so far. It's going to be weird. It's going to be really weird. What I might do is look for some thinner gauge solder. And see if that helps. But by that time I'll be moving on to the second board. This one needs to be complete though, so I can actually use my desk to build on Wednesday. We do have some more Imperial Guard to build on Wednesday. No, I've not used these. These are new Imperial Guard models that I've not actually ever seen or used before on the table. So this is a complete new one to me. A lot of the others I've either seen or used or played, but these ones I haven't when it comes to Imperial Guard. And I didn't get the premium package, so I didn't get the Rogue down, so I don't have one of them. Which is another one that I don't have. I have Lehman Russes, and more than one that can count as a Lehman Russ commander, or a commander in a Lehman Russ, should I say. I have a Baneblade. I just don't have a Rogue Dawn. I have several Lehman Russes, luckily, so I can do quite a nice. I'm going to blow you to bloody hell no matter what you are. Through tanks force. I mean, some with the Punisher, the big Gatling cannon. And there's some with plasmas, some with the standard Lehman Russ cannon. I think we even got one with the Demolisher cannon as well. Thing is, I've still got to go looking through all my sprues to find the sponsons for these things, some of these things. Because some of them don't have sponsons on. And I don't see the point in not having sponsors on. I'm also not a magnetizer, so they will be glued. They will be glued. do wish I could animate. It is at certain stages of doing this that I get concerned and think I should take a small break. I don't mean put the break screen up and I mean just stop for a minute. You know, with all these toxic fumes and stuff coming in. It's not particularly good. However, that's 2 full sets, so we're halfway through. Which is good. Now, as far as I'm aware, it does actually give you a few spare lights. I was counting out the greens the other day. So apparently it does give you a few spare lights. So if 1 or 2 don't work, you can take them out and replace them. Obviously that means you've got to get everything else up and bloody running first. To know if you've done it. So next is blue. Oh, the joys, the joys. Black's in the long one. Oh, the long one's in the black, should I say. They should make just clip-in versions of these. They really should. Rather than being the hole that it is. You've got a solder on the back, it should just be a clip. Yep, all the right way around so far. It is good to just double check. Especially if you think, is it? Only one way to find out, really. Make sure you do. Double check. Why aren't you going in? Get in, you little fucker. Now, I'm watching you there, Mr. Soldering Iron, because you're not in a holder or anything, because I tried you with the holder that you came with, you bloody useless. It made you fall more than anything else. One more bullet. Clear off any bits of solder that have fallen on. Pop that on there. Flip it upside down. Get all the soldering iron so I don't bloody knock it off while I'm doing this. And now check that they are all the right way around. Yes, they are. Just going to press them in a bit and see if that makes a difference to when I do this. As I do only really want to do it a little bit. I don't want to overdo it. I don't want to try and keep them reasonably spaced. So I've got room to actually solder. And those two end up becoming crossed. I don't like that. I did the vocals to this ARC song that Alma has done, and I don't even know the lyrics. The lyrics are just samples of stuff that you've heard the samples. I've played the samples. If you've been at other streams, that is. If not, then evening, Graham. Evening. Then I kind of can't do them now because it's spoiling the song that's coming at the end of this. If I can hold out that long. Oh, brew. Graham, you turned in. Thank you for the advice. So there's a good chance that I'm glad that they give me more LEDs than I needed. I may have to buy more LEDs at this rate. Just remove all the solder, take all the LEDs off and start again. But this is my first time, so I can't expect perfection. But I can hopefully expect it to work. Apparently there are other sections of this that are quite heat sensitive as well. So I'm not looking forward to some of them. Ah, fuck. I forgot to mute my phone. Nobody start sending me crap on Discord, please. Just for the sake of it. I mean, if you've got something genuine to send on Discord, then feel free to send it, but No spamming it to get my phone to go paching. No, that still needs. No. Still needs more. More. I'm guessing there's something with this soldering business that I'm missing. Sometimes it just doesn't do anything, and sometimes it just shrivels up the bugger all, and that just doesn't do anything near what it's supposed to, and sometimes it just goes ching perfect. So I'm guessing I'm missing something. No, these buggery running all straight and everything. Your OCD would go nuts on this, mate. This is me embracing full on arc. Right, get rid of that big ball of thingy because that's just not helping. I got that one. I should have got. Oh, nice. I did do better when it's at a slight angle. So, who knows? See, now you're just being obnoxious again. You don't. You don't help at all. Thank you. See, and that's why you didn't help. There we go. I have no idea. You know, I do have some flux. It's a flux rosin, so I've got to heat it up, which I do every now and again, but it doesn't seem to make a big enough difference. What I have found though is if I can get a small enough ball of it, something about that big, I can actually make quite a small fine connection. It's just moving the damn thing into position first. So if I can actually get that there, I've got a chance of actually making a good connection. See? Oh, that's going to work with the mask on. You absolutely fucking... Yeah, I never said I'm known for my brains. Right, okay, so flux, blob, blob doesn't work with pointer. It does, but not like I hoped. Blob works different with pointer. Just while I realise I've got to sort this one out up here first. Some things that just need sorting out straight away. Problem is, as soon as I put it anywhere near the iron, it just pretty much frazzles and disappears. Maybe I should buy some flux cord solder for next time. Of course, not really being 100% sure what I was doing. A loose idea that I've done it before when I was younger. I thought I'll give it a go. And I'm guessing I'm about as good as I was when I was a kid, because I didn't do it very much. So I've got a feeling that when I was a kid it was much more forgiving. Because I'll be using bigger pieces. I think I need some different flux than the rosin flux that I've got. Unless I'm just not using the rosin flux right. Which of course is a possibility. For all I know, when you melt it, you're supposed to actually dip the bloody solder in, so do that and kind of do that to get some on it, I don't know. Let's try that, shall we? didn't seem to help much. If at all, I don't know. I'm not sure. I do have a flat edge iron. My friend lent me one. Remember Bamrod? You've already met him. You'll meet him at the wedding again. He lent me a flathead one. Where is it now? There it is. He lent me a flathead one. Are you thinking I should use that instead so I can put a bit of solder on and then try and dink it on? Sod it, we'll give it a go. We're going to have to let this one cool down though first. Of course, this is bloody roasting hot. Right, okay. Well, I'll let that cool down. I've been going up for an hour and 15 minutes. Pointy one if you like wood burning. It got sold as a soldering iron. Oh well, I'll swap over. So I will plug this one in a minute. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I've got to let that one cool down first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for a small break. Bathroom and such. Music. Let's have a little bit of music. Anyone who is still watching, thank you very much. Where is it? We always put the same music on. And we always put the same break screen on, which is this one. In this case though, I'm going to move that a bit further up there. And right, yeah, just because of fumes and having to let things cool down and heat up, I'm going to go sort a couple of things out. Excellent, that sounds good, Graham. Thank you very much. I shall do that when I come back because it's going to be up on screen. Hopefully, unless people come in and start chatting, please do. And I shall see you soon. Hello everybody, I am back. I do have to pop that off though and close that window before I can go on. So focus on flathead, beating a tip, drop it onto the joint, not as strong as doing direct but easier. I might try doing direct still with the flathead, but I'm going to have to plug it in and wait for it to heat up. At which point I double check where I'm up to. And I'm actually going to clip a few off just to try and make the next ones a bit easier. No worries, Cream. Thank you for popping in and the advice, mate. You have a good night, and I hope you have a eventful free day tomorrow. Or if they are events, they are good events. I know you've had some recently, but you've got a lot of dice to polish, ready for ChillCon. If you are looking for a bespoke set of dice, and I've got to say they are very bloody nice, with an interesting little twist on the D4. And you are going to ChillCon, please go check out Rogue's Den Hobbies stall. I'm afraid the online discount code doesn't apply, but you will still have the chance to order stuff, and if you do order stuff online, then obviously then the discount does apply, so 10% for the last 10 if you do order anything online from Rogue's Den Hobbies. Gotta sound like a salesman then. I don't even... Yep. I just like the place, alright? Because of them, I've got 10 Terminators and 10 Desolators for the price of like about 10 Desolators if you include everything else that I've got as well. Gets a bit daft. Just help clean it off. Got a bit of rosin on there apparently. This is where I ran into the problem last time. I was essentially trying to hold the entire bloody solder thing. And it's not even melting the solder. What the heck? It's not actually melting solder. This is a soldering iron. That is not melting solder, people. This is not good. This is not good. I believe that's what Graham said to do. And that didn't seem to work very well. Or I'm just not very good at it either way. I don't think that's going to be the method I should use. And that method seems to work. She's kind of like almost in a point where I'm thinking I should use both. Both soldering irons just to make sure I can get the. See if I can put a small blob on with this, that's fine. But I can't seem to shape it as well with this when it comes to getting it to go where I want it to. See, that's slightly better than what it was, but still nowhere near what I actually need it to be. That one is up, look on it. If anyone's wondering what that sigh was, that was me essentially looking at the amount that I've got left to do and thinking, oh, bugger. Come on, heat it up. Oh, like that. That's better. But still not quite right. That's going to interfere with the next side. Moving around on the flux now. So yeah, the flux is helping it move and flow, but not always in the way I want it to. Good on that one though. That was a good one. Let's see if we can get this one this time. You know, the one that I tried first of all. It seems to be locked in, so we'll give it the benefit of the doubt on that one. I'm still not sure which one I prefer though, the party tip one or the flathead one. I can just use a bit of that. And that'll be okay. There we go. That's kind of like what Graham was saying. Flux is supposed to help it flow. But if I can shape it well enough with the tip of my thingy, my soldering iron, then it should be alright. Right, snip, 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 and we've got 5 more sets to go. 55 left. I feel like I might have to redo some of these. I'm not looking forward to it. Not looking forward to it at all. Right, so greens again. Long bit goes in the black bit. We know this, we've done it enough times now. That's what the lady with the instructions said. And she built hers, and she built hers professionally. Well, not professionally, but like somebody who actually knows what the friggin' hell they're doing. Why they're doing instructions for it, and I'm not. I'm just building it. I'm hoping to get it right. Don't get up. Don't get me wrong. It's going to be expensive if I don't get up. Well, not expensive, but I don't want to spend money I've already spent for the same thing when just because I'm an idiot. So. I'd rather get it right first time if I can. don't have to go back and read it again. See, I'm tempted to put the next row of greens in as well. So it's going to be red, then blue, then green. And we can just finish off the greens. Then finished off the greens. I've got no idea how awkward that's going to make it for doing blues and reds later. Although I should only have one row of blue left, and 2 of red and 2 of green. So I'm going to get greens loaded up. Finish greens. Then it's just the connection, and that is it all done then. For this board anyway. But I'll have a desk clear so I can do model building on Wednesday. And reading on Wednesday night as well, in fact. It'll be a double stream tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, Wednesday. Because I've missed a week. So it'll be the morning stream for building and the evening stream for reading. Unless you would like it the other way around. Like me do the reading in the morning and then do the building in the evening. Let me know. Because there's a few more issues that are going to be like that. Where it's double split over the 2 issues. So it'll be Miss Week double stream. Miss Week double stream. Particularly when we start getting the World Eaters. So rather than bending them this time, because they're in place right now, I'm going to rely on the tack, and hopefully this is going to make it easier as well. I don't know how, but it might. Yeah. Right now I've got things in my way, and that's not good. That is not good when you've got things in your way. Come on, just melt. Melt, please. Come on, it's a soldering iron. You're a solder. The whole purpose of this thing is to melt you. Well, it does not wish to work. Not right now, anyway. Let's hope it'll work by the time I finish sorting this bit out. It works, but I don't know if it actually worked like I wanted it to. See, what I wanted it to do was remove or move away from the other side, and it's not working at the moment. This is the difficulties being an amateur doing this. You have to learn as you go. So hopefully I'm going to be able to clean that up. Let's hopefully make this connection. Looks like I've made the connection at least. There we go, there's another one. Haha! I am making the connections. It is working. Slowly but bloody surely. Damn it. Just when I thought I had it. Well, at least a little bit better than what I had been doing anyway. In fact, in this case, what I'm going to try and do is... Well, I didn't think about that. Oh, the other greens are just falling out. Including some of these ones. That is not good. So at least 5 have fallen out of here. And this is why you bend the legs, so they don't fall out all the time. Now you remember things and now you do stuff, you see. So let's put all the LEDs back in, and this time I think I'll be going back in and bending all the legs. The missing ones from this side for the last of the greens. As I said, luckily we have spares, so if I have dropped one, we're okay. Then that just leaves the blues and the reds. And the connector. There's still a lot of bloody greens. A lot of bloody greens. Still a lot of reds as well. In fact, we've got more reds than anything to do now, because we've done some of the greens. If I can pick the damn things up, guys. Big in black, little in white. Right. Let's put the soldering iron down so I don't burn myself. That's a clever idea. I've come to the conclusion that's a smart idea. This time we're just going to bend each one a little bit. To help hold it in place as we move it around. And this is why we used fingers last time, because it was a pain in the ass getting the pliers into all the right places. And the other row. Now this some bitch may come back to haunt me. Trying to do multiple sets at once. Here's hoping it doesn't. But we're at least going to try. Anything we can do that can potentially speed this process up, I am willing to give it a go. But not at the result, not at the expense of the project itself. Right, so where was he up to? Oh yeah, here with the bloody lot of it. Mask on. Oh, God damn it. we go. Is that about that one? Yeah. No, not quite. No, still not. Still got to push it down a little. Yeah, get it to drop into that hole. Essentially. I need the flux. I keep forgetting about this stuff. I need a tiny bit. I have to be really careful doing this one. So careful I'm doing that. I'm putting more flux on. Because usually that helps. There we go. at least supposed to anyway. It doesn't seem to be doing it at the minute. I am sorry for the poor sound quality and not overly exciting viewership at the moment. Precise Work isn't the greatest live stream thing you can really do, because, well, you've got to concentrate quite a bit, especially when you've got a red hot soldering iron in your hand. So I am sorry for those people who are coming here for the first time. So I usually am chattier than this. It's just that if I talk at the minute, my glasses steam up and I can't see jack diddly squat. Which, as you can guess, is not a good thing to be doing when you're soldering. There we go, let's clean that off a bit. Just come back to do some snipping. And we'll carry on the next screen set. No, we won't, we're going to redo that one. Tiny bit, that's all it needs. This is where a pair of tweezers will probably come in handy. And I know I've got needle nose pliers, but still. There we go. That's just made them two a hell of a lot stronger. Did you see those ultra instinct reflexes to dodge that then? I'm not entirely sure the camera could have even picked that up, to be quite honest. Some of these be flying off at one heck of a pace. And a lot from this side particularly seem to be hitting me. Way too much of an overhang on that. I'm sorry, but you need to come off. As do you, I'm afraid. Okay, next set of greens. I should have said last set of greens. Last set of greens. Right. We have flux, we have half an idea. Let's do this. Come on, heat the fucking solder. What the hell? That was way too big of a drop then. Way too big. Oh, that's so big. I do actually need to try and use some of this stuff to hopefully absorb some of this solder. That was just way too much. Oh no. Just because of the bloody flux. Why is this just not melting? This is not funny anymore, people. This is not funny anymore. This solder is not soldering. And as Graham rightly pointed out, LEDs aren't the best for heat conductivity. So I could certainly do with something. Maybe just an assurance that this is still going to actually heat up and work. Yeah, so I don't get that. Why that wasn't working? Okay, this might resort to a desperate measure, but let's try it. Let's see if we can actually remove the bit that we don't want completely without doing any damage to the bits we want. See, there's a big chunk taken out. And there's a big chunk taken out. There should still be enough solder left on each connection to actually do something. So let's see if we can sort each connection out individually. That's better. And that's better. Okay, yeah, so I managed to sort them out individually. Lucky me. Nope. So I've come to the conclusion flux kind of works, but I don't know how to use it properly. So if Graham or somebody who's ever in my neck of the woods who's confident about this, well, I say if you're in my neck of the woods, it's obviously while I'm doing this. I wouldn't mind a bloody hand. Which, yes, I know that means that you've probably got to be coming over like right now. And the chance of you actually doing that are very, very slim. In fact, I would say there was 0. Wouldn't you? Obviously you're watching me on YouTube, which means you're probably not driving. Or in a position anytime soon to be providing the help that I wish, so don't worry about it. Kind of pretty certain no one's going to be rushing to my aid, but don't worry. It's not what I really want. I want to be able to do it myself. That's what I really want. come on. Oh, for fuck's sake, all I want to do is get a connection. Why is that proofing so hard on this one? Okay, I don't know why, but I'm finding this one much more difficult than any of the others. Finding this one really, really difficult, and I don't know why. Try and blob that off like very, in a very not nice way. But in a more of a, well, fuck it, it'll work. Type away. It really is pretty taxing on the old eyeballs. Ain't gonna lie. Now I've got my solder attached to the I'm just going to have to be extra careful with this one now, make a really small connection if I can. By Jove, I think he did it. Of course there has to be a section at the end. Or at least towards the end, that does not wish to play ball. I know we're not playing ball. Even though we're not playing ball, you can still play by the fucking rules. Which he's not doing. There we go. Well, pace your ass, motherfucker. How is anybody in chat? Are you all okay? I know I'm not doing a lot of overall looking up and talking to you there. I'm sorry about this. Just the concentration has me. The concentration has me. It does. And because I am doing, in this case, double rows at a time, that being the green and the red, the green, all the greens that are left, which is a double row of them. And then all the reds. Should mean we can go clippy, clippy, clippy with the rest of the greens now, and it's done. So at least on one or two of these have shown that I can do small connections. Some of them not so much. To the degree where I even think I'm going to have to go in and snip a bit off just to make sure I'm not getting any electrical tomfoolery. And that's all the greens in now. All the greens, every last one. That's got a bit of white tack attached to it, that's not good. Okay, after greens come reds. Ah, that's hot. I'm going to put all these in. Again, go for a I need to breathe. Ventilation is a good thing, and not inhaling lots of toxic fumes all the time. And then I'm going to come back and do all the reds. That's the idea anyway. Some of them look like they already don't want to play ball with me. That's fine, that's fine. Most of them haven't wanted to so far, so it's not like it's anything new, is it? It's just dealing with hot things this time instead of paint and glue. That's all it is. So this board will have to be finished before Wednesday, because I need all the stuff out of the way so I can build stuff again. As I've already said, but I've still got to finish all this before Wednesday. Even if I don't finish it all tonight and go, right, I'm just going to leave as the last 33 to go. Which is still a fair old chunk. But it still means I've done a fair old chunk. Another red. I'm doing them this way just so it's not the direct line next to it. I'm folding the ones over. I've already done the ones next to it, or it's an open one, so they don't clash too much when they're bending them over. Ooh. Black bit is where the long stick goes. Right, now I should hold all them in place. And then we're starting the final row, and that just leaves us then with a row of blues. We can't actually try any of this until we've done the other board, but this is the most pain in the backside board to do. Setting up does take a while though. So if you do watch some of these other hobby channels where they do something and they give you a 20-minute video and they've made this board and they put all the other stuff to, don't let it delusion, even if you think, oh, they only sped it up a bit. No, they sped that up a lot. That took like a day's worth of work. And then they've gone and video edited it to speed it all up and stuff. There's a lot of work involved in doing these boards. I've already figured that out. So kudos to them. I do not have the patience to do that. All these LEDs to make a really cool art rock stage, hopefully. That's what we're trying to do. But this is the last 33, which I may do tomorrow night if Sparkles goes to bed. Before 10 o'clock, I might. Might make that my mission for tomorrow night. So there's the last 2 red rows in. From there it's just a row of blue, which has got to go down there. But looking at that spider web of a mess, I don't fancy sticking the blue ones down through the middle of it. However, I'm going to unplug the soldering iron. It's because it makes sense to. And at this point, take my mask off as well, so I don't need it anymore. Thank you all for coming to watch tonight. It's been my pleasure more than yours to have you here. I'm sure it has, because I've not been doing much, and still the state of this is still concerning. But function over form will, and I'm be happy. So we'll see how it goes. 33 left to go tomorrow night. I'm gonna do them off camera, I think. I may do them on camera, who knows. But that's so I can definitely make room for the Imperial Guard that are coming on Wednesday. Yes, I have the first one down there. I'm just waiting for the second guard to turn up on Wednesday, and then we can put those 2 super heavy things together. But that is the end of this stream. Thank you very much. Everybody who's come, if you want to hit the like, subscribe, do all the YouTubey stuff, please go right ahead if I've earned it for you. If not, tell me what I've done wrong in the comments. Even if you were just a boring git, that'll do. So, thank you all again. Please drive safe, and I will see you on Wednesday morning. Again, do you want the reading or do you want the building? I usually do the building, but if you just let me know quick enough, I can change it.